What's going on, guys? This is Real Deal Fantasy HQ with your boy LQ back in for another great episode. And today's episode is my top 5 rookies that have standalone value that you must go get, who will have an impact day one the moment they touch the field, people. So I hope you guys enjoy the episode. So let's get right into the episode. So today we're talking rookies, people. Some guys that are going to make an impact day one. They cannot be looked over. They must be grabbed and put on your roster, but no reaching, of course. So I do believe these guys have the talent. They have the situation. They have the position in the depth chart where there's nobody coming for the throne. So I do think these guys, these 5 guys, have the potential to blow up in fantasy football regardless of the format. So my first rookie I want to touch on is Denzel Mims. Now, this guy is a freaking explosive wide receiver. He makes the big plays, but I just do not like the team that he's on. But I will take the risk and take the chance on Mims, being that he cannot be used wrongly. There's no way you can incorrectly use Denzel Mims, being that he is the playmaker. He has the playmaker ability. He goes up, grabs the ball at the highest point, crisp route running, and I do like he is fearless across the middle. So I do like Mims playing for the Jets, but I just hate the Jets and the head coach. So I will be taking the chance on Mims only for the solely fact that he is a playmaker, people. So that does give Sam Darnold a weapon to use and a weapon he cannot ignore. So I definitely like Denzel Mims where he fell in the draft for the Jets to go get him. I honestly thought he was going to go a little bit earlier. So when he fell to the Jets, I wasn't too upset about it, but I do hate the goddamn Jets with their Adam Gates. He needs to go. But I usually say do not draft any Jets players. But Denzel Mims is something about him where I feel like he's going to explode in PPR formats. He's definitely going to be the top weapon for Sam Darnold. There's Rashad Perriman there, but I don't think he will be, so explosive to be like, oh my God, we need to go grab Perriman. I think Denzel Mims is going to be that guy. So I definitely think Sam Darnold has the potential of, moving forward in that offense, they're getting slightly better. But for PPR formats, and then if I can grab Denzel Mims in the late rounds, probably like 10th, 11th round, why not? I'm going to go grab him. I mean, he has a standalone value to be, the wide receiver 1 for the Jets. So think about it. There's not much wide receiver competition there to take him out of the race to be the wide receiver 1 there. So I definitely like his chances. He has big playability. He makes the impact. His presence will be felt in that offense, people. So we're going to be seeing week to week, every Sunday on Good Morning Football or whatever TV show that you guys watch in the morning, ESPN or whatever, highlights, Denzel Mims will be on there. He's a big playmaker for the Jets. Full send. So my next rookie, I'm so excited to see him play for the Vikings, people, Justin Jefferson. This is a clear plug and play to replace Diggs now that Diggs is in Buffalo. I do like the position that they got him, and I do like that he has the opportunity to explode in that offense. He is a big playmaker, people, fearless across the middle, crisp hands, great hands. He goes for the 50-50 ball and ends up coming down with it. That's one of the things that popped out to me on his highlight tape. So I definitely like that he has the opportunity and chance to make the impact day one, and especially with, wide receiver 1 and Adam Thielen, he's kind of injury prone. So there could be weeks where Justin Jefferson sees majority of the targets, where he will see most of the volume and production to where he'll bring in those points week to week. Now, I'm not saying he's a wide receiver 1 or a wide receiver 2 week to week, but I'm saying he has some low end wide receiver 2 value and definitely a flex value week to week. So this is a guy that could possibly see 120 to 130 targets, people. And if he comes down with at least 80 to 85 of those, I'm good with that within a rookie. And I love that volume that he will be seeing basically with a veteran quarterback. And he has Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. So it's an offense that's very explosive that's going to be moving forward. That's at least a top 10 offense. And I want my guys to be able to produce on good offenses. It's really rare that you get top caliber guys on, teams that really suck. So I do want, Jefferson to produce every week, to have that volume, even with Thielen there, but there's a chance that Thielen might not be there. So I'm definitely all for Justin Jefferson. I like that the Vikings got him. I wasn't too sure if they're going to be able to get him, but they ended up getting him. So, shout out to them. Now, my next rookie that has some standalone value is Keyshawn Vaughn, drafted by the Tampa Bay Bucks. Now, the Bucks are winning in multiple positions on offense, people. They have Tom Brady at quarterback. They have Gronk at tight end. Then you have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and now they added the stud running back that they desperately needed, people. They didn't do any reaching on him. He's definitely a guy that flew under the radar to me. I feel like multiple other teams were going to grab him, but they didn't. So shout out to the Bucs grabbing Keyshawn Vaughn. And he's definitely a playmaker. He is a brute, people. He is going to run hard. He's running at you. Not only is he running at you, he's running through you. He is a guy that is going to be looking for the contact. He's going to be the hard runner, the very explosive runner out of the backfield. If he gets to that second tier, that second level of the secondary, you might as well throw the deuces up and pack it up. He's going to the house, people. I'm telling you, the Bucs picked a great guy in Keyshawn Vaughn, and we know Ronald Jones is there, and he just hasn't been getting the job done. I mean, we all had high hopes for Ronald Jones. I mean, there's plenty of guys like me in the fantasy community that took the chance on him last year and the year before that, but unfortunately, it just didn't pan out how we thought it would be. I know Peyton Barber was there for a little bit, and then they shipped him off to the Redskins or wherever he is now, and he just wasn't getting the job done either. So with this pick, I'm very confident that he makes a day one impact on that team, and he's on a very explosive offense. The offense was already great, even with the, Jameis Winston throwing the picks and stuff, but they were still offense that was still moving forward. And I do like that they're able to spread the ball out now. So it's going to be even better with the play action. And then Keyshawn Vaughn's going to be getting a lot of end zone touches, people. He's a big dude. So I definitely like that he has a standalone value. He's another guy that's going to go under the radar. I'm telling you, you're going to get the Jonathan Taylors off the board, the Cam Akers, the Zach Moss. You're going to get all those running backs, all the big names off, and then Keyshawn Vaughn's going to be sitting for you there in the 10th round or later. It's been a very long time since the Bucs had like this type of running back. I'm not going to say talent-wise or size-wise, but Doug Martin is the last Buck running back that we can even say or put in a sentence to be good. So I definitely think Keyshawn Vaughn has that potential to be very good in that offense, to be a very good football player all around. He's better pass blocker, better pass catcher, better vision and tunnel vision in between the tackles than Ronald Jones. He's everything that Ronald Jones lacks. So he definitely has the position and opportunity to be the RB1 with no contest, people. So it's a full send on Keyshawn Vaughn come draft day. So my next rookie, Jonathan Taylor, playing for the Colts. It's a great situation for him with the veteran quarterback in Phillip Rivers. I know Marlon Mack is there, but Marlon Mack is not really too much of a threat to Jonathan Taylor taking that lead role. So Marlon Mack has been there for 3 years and hasn't had a really healthy season. He's missed 2 to 3 games, 4 games. He's just missing too many games to be the RB1, to be the guy in the Colts' eye. So if he's looking to cash in, 2 years from now or a year from now, I don't see it happening, being that he cannot stay healthy. So the Colts made a statement going to get Jonathan Taylor where they did, and really nobody even knew that they were really in the market for a running back. So for them to grab a stud, a big name running back, that is just letting Marlon Mack know you are not the guy. So that's why I believe Jonathan Taylor comes in day one, makes that impact, and does not have any worry of Marlon Mack taking touches or taking his production, because we're going to see very early. They're probably going to run Marlon Mack, Jonathan Taylor, Marlon Mack, Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines. Then pretty soon you're going to see that gap between Jonathan Taylor and Marlon Mack, talent-wise and production-wise, and then eventually Marlon Mack's going to fade into the background, get hurt, what he usually does. And then him and Nyheim Hines are going to be making plays, people. Now, I won't say it. I'm not going to say that Nyheim Hines is Austin Eckler talent-wise, but he will become the Austin Eckler in that Colts offense with Rivers with the dump ball passes and everything else. Jonathan Taylor will be the brute downhill runner, Mr. 6K. He's going to be explosive, people. So I cannot wait to see him behind the third best offensive line with the Colts, and I think it's a full send on Jonathan Taylor with the standalone value come draft day. So my next rookie is Killer Cam Akers. I'm going to be a homer on this one, people. My boy to the Rams. Yes, very excited for this. Now, Killer Cam is going into a situation where we had the question marks of who's going to be the guy in the backfield. You had Darrell Henderson and Malcolm Brown there. 2 very good running backs. Just I don't think they will get the job done for the Rams when it comes to week. So Killer Cam comes in, he steps in as the bigger back, the better pass catcher, the better pass blocker. He comes in and steps right into that role as the RB1. Now, listen to me. Now, Hendo is a very good running back. He just isn't NFL polished. He's not really ready to carry that workload behind, a Todd Gurley. So he's not going to be the Gurley replacement, but I think Killer Cam steps in as the Gurley replacement. Now, the O-line is not that great. Neither was Florida State. Florida State was a bad team. Only one player was drafted from Florida State this year, people. and that was Cam Akers. So the O-line is in shambles. It is in trouble. But the Rams saw that he was able to make big plays still, even with a bad O-line. Like, we're not understanding how bad Florida State was, where their O-line was so trash that he was still able to find the holes and make the plays, not going down on first contact, still taking shit to the house. It's like Cam Akers is the worker. He's the grinder. He keeps his legs moving. He's a better pass catcher, pass blocker than Darrell Henderson and Malcolm Brown. So it definitely does make a statement that they take Cam Akers in the second round with their first pick. That's a statement there, people. It's a better draft investment than what they did with Darrell Henderson. They moved up in the third round to go get him. They didn't move up in the second round, to go get Cam Akers. They said, this is our first pick of the draft of the 2020 season. We're going to get Cam Akers. So the draft investment is definitely different from Cam Akers to Darrell Henderson, because if they wanted Henderson, at an earlier round, they would have did it, but they did move up. That's what scares me a little bit, but they did move up. But did they invest a second round pick on a running back? No, they did not. They didn't need to, because they had Gurley, but they knew Gurley's injury. So why not get that stud running back knowing Gurley is injured? That's the question. I don't know. They could have did that. I think the plan from the beginning was to move on from Gurley, being that he was hurt. It just didn't make sense to pay him that much money. You know what I mean? So there's the questions that lies behind the GMs and, the Rams organization, but we're not going to deep dive into that psyche of what they were doing. So I do think that Cam Akers holds a higher potential. He holds more weight than a Darrell Henderson going into this next season. So Cam Akers is definitely a guy I'm targeting in the late rounds, and he has the RB1 potential. He is a big playmaker, people. He will be involved in the passing game as well. So he brings some PPR relevance there as well. But I will not say it'll be an easy task to fight off Malcolm Brown and Darrell Henderson. That's what scares some people, and it does worry me a little bit, but I think it will be a slow start to where we'll see the gap between Cam Akers, Henderson, and Brown. So we'll get the eye test. We'll see what's going on through training camp, and preseason will give us a little bit to tell. And I think we're on for a ride, people. I think Cam Akers is going to blow up. He's going to make some noise. He's possibly a top 10 running back. I'm not going to say top 5, because there's still, the vets, Saquon, CMC. That conversation gets a little fuzzy once you go past 5 to 10. So he could possibly be a top 10 running back this year.